I have no idea what I was just doing there, but I saw it on the NFL draft. I thought it'd be hilarious. Yeah, y'all were like, there's a lineman right there. I know. It's good to be here. I'm excited. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, with all this going on in this world, you guys remember before the pandemic when you'd see somebody with the mask on and you'd be like, oh, what's wrong with him? Then during the pandemic, you'd see somebody without their mask and you'd be like, what's wrong with you? It's crazy, crazy. I love my parents. I love, being a dad. But parents, I think, were given to us to embarrass us. Like my mom would introduce me like this. She would say, this is my son and he's husky. I was like, Mom, she's like, you're husky, it's okay. Now to be fair, the only place we could buy my jeans was Sears, right? Over in one little section, y'all know what I'm talking about. Giant letters right across it, it said, husky, which is a Greek word that means pick me last. That's what it means. And they did, all right. So they weren't like cool kid jeans, like Jordache or Bugle Boy. They were like 4 pair of jeans melted together. And they made a sound when you walk, it's like this, it'd be like, terrible for hide and go seek, Everybody's like, shh, listen for Hoss, he has husky jeans on. I think you can hear him sweat. I sweat a lot, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, my mom had sayings too, and maybe you can finish this one. She would say, you're getting on my last nerve. That's right, nerve. I was like, why didn't you tell me 3 nerves ago? I'd have slowed down, Mom. Or she'd say this one, chase your dreams. And I was like, I can't. I've got asthma. And husky jeans. That's a bad combination, Mom. I can't do it. My favorite, she'd send me to the room. She'd be like, go to your room until you learn how to act. I'd come out a few minutes later. Hark, what light through yonder window breaks. Is the east in Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair. Shakespeare, thank you. Thank you. Or my real favorite is when she would say, you can't go swim until 30 minutes after you eat. Y'all, I've never learned to swim. I'm just saying. My dad had sayings too, but all of his rhymed. Like the first day of school, he'd say, if you don't get whooped trying to whoop the guy that whooped your brother, you're gonna get whooped when you get home. It's like, thanks, Dr. Seuss. All I know in that rhyme is at some point in today, I'm getting whooped, Oh, he would also say this one, like you probably finished this one. Go to your room, I'll be there in somebody said jiffy, I think. My dad didn't say jiffy. Wouldn't that be something? You go to your room, I'll be there in a jiffy. I'll be like, Dad, that's great. I'll get the Scrabble game out. It's gonna be amazing. Or this one, how about, you better stop crying or I'll give you away. Oh, I guess giving you away is something to cry about, I guess. It's my dad. Oh man, and this one was the worst one. He'd say, if I don't know who did it, you're all gonna get it. Y'all, I was the slow one. I got it first. Like, it was crazy. Across the room, my dad became like Mr. Fantastic. His arm would go, and I looked down and like, run for your lives, I'm caught in the tractor beam. And in one move, my dad could pull me across the room, turn me around, bend me over, pull out his belt. It would magically fold in half right before he split me in 2. And you heard every belt loop on the way out. It's like, he was husky too. Just saying. And my mom would spank us too. I mean, y'all remember getting a spanking from your mom? It wasn't as bad, but somehow, I don't understand this, guys. Somehow my mom could conjure up my dad's belt out of thin air. Like, she'd get angry, she'd just reach behind her like this. And you're like, where did that come from? I can only imagine my dad's at the church office and he looks down, he's like, Where'd my belt go? He's probably saying something like, well, I guess one of them did it. I hope they all get it. Guys, that's my time. Good to be here today. So much. Appreciate
So glad
that.
to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Hey, I want you to tell everybody, you've got a children's book you
do.
How do you, is that
Seba.
Seba and the worm.
That's right. It's a bird that trades its feathers to a snake for a worm every day.
Yeah.
Until it runs out of feathers. And it gets saved by a little girl on a bike. And it's to teach kids to not give themselves away to people who really don't care about them.
Well, I think it's a great story for kids,
Absolutely.
one that I think my grandkids will like. And my goodness, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
This has been a pleasure. Didn't you like Hoss? Yeah.
Thank you.
And you can find Hoss Ridgway's clean comedy and his book, Seba, the Worm, at hossridgeway.com. Check him out on social media as well.